Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our second week of PMP exam prep camp virtual. As usual, it's a pleasure to be your host, your colleague, your friend, taking you through the trajectory to get PMP certified. Let's have a very quick recap from last week. Quick recap. Last week, we talked about chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. We talked about the importance of project management and the PMBOK guide. Speaking of which, I hope you guys have your copies ready because as usual, we're going to be doing our highlighting exercises, highlighting the plan scope management is where we define this is how we're going to manage scope. This is what we're going to do. And this is how we're going to collect and manage requirements. And that's it. Just two plans. How do I go about scope management? What am I doing? Stuff like that. That's the first process. All right. Let's take a look at the second process. The second process is called collect requirements. Well, the picture is worth 1,000 words. We put together a matrix that shows us here's the requirement that was asked for, and here is its origin. Where did it come from? Oh, it came from Bruce. That is a requirement. That is where it came from. You see what I'm saying? That is all you're doing in this particular tool, or I should say output. The requirements traceability matrix, just like a table. What's that? Where did it come from? See? So, oh, that's the stuff behind me. I'm sorry, I'm not sharing. It would have helped if I did share. So let me share what I just explained. So two things I explained. One was plan scope management, which was how many days or weeks. You know, for example, if I say, oh, design is going to take 5 weeks, 5W, well, it shoots it all the way out. Or I can make it 5 days. See that? Implement, I'll make it 2 days. Test, make it 3 days. Lessons learned 2 days. And that's the project. And that is how you estimate the duration. But that is just showing it to you really quick and dirty method. If you're going to do this in the real world, what do you need? You need an ERP solution with maybe some historical information that will tell you how long it took people in the past to carry out certain functions. You will then bake all of this in, take a look at their skill level, so on and so forth, where this is going to take place, the location of the performance, and ultimately you will come out with a solid duration. And the next thing is your schedule. Your schedule is not the Gantt chart, but your schedule is this information that we have here. That is pretty much your schedule. So develop schedule is coming out with your coherent schedule that people understand. Okay, now I've shown it to you, the quick method, but when we meet next week, on Wednesday, next week I wish, when we meet on Wednesday, I will be breaking this down even more. This is just the top of the waves, but the next thing we would want to do from this is to print out the fancy reports and use them to control the schedule, okay? So our target, as you guys have probably seen, our target has been to really understand each knowledge area very well. And if I feel we've not done a good job of it, we continue until we are cooked. So we're going to continue on Wednesday with schedule, and any of the remaining time, we will go over to cost. I know some of you are like light years ahead. Some of you are on chapter 10. More power to you, that's fine. But at the same time, I don't want to rush the class. So what I would advise to get you further ahead in your study schedule, watch the videos that are on the LMS and start taking more advanced quizzes that you find on the LMS. And if you don't have any advanced quizzes in your queue, feel free to send me an email and say, Phil, I don't have advanced quizzes. I'm ahead of the class. And I'll find some additional stuff to challenge you. But for those who are right where we are right now on chapter 6, go watch the videos for chapter 6. And then when you come on Wednesday, this stuff will make a lot more sense because there's a boatload of stuff we have to talk about within chapter 6 and chapter 7, okay? Do you have any questions, comments, concerns? All right. Well, I want to say a huge thank you to you guys, as always. Thank you for your participation, and thank you for bringing your A game. I know at the end of a busy work day, it really takes coming with your A game to get through the class. All right, so thank you very much, and we will be talking on Wednesday again. Have a good one. Bye for now. Change request, control scope, you could get a change request, and you can see where these things are actually going. You see? Performing a grade change control is where your change requests are going. Accepted deliverables are going to close project or phase, ultimately. Your requirements management plan, like I said, they are part of your project management plan. So right here, what I'm showing you right here is the fact that these things right here, they are part of your project management plan. You will not see in your firm or in government space. Can someone maybe unmute themselves and just tell us why projects are authorized in government or in your firm? Can you tell me? Anyone? Or chat in, just type it in if you wish, if it's noisy. Why do you authorize projects in your firm?
Does it need to get something done?
Thank you. We need to get something done. Awesome. Who chatted? Who was that?
Mitch.
Mitch, thank you. We need to get something done. And that's something, a deliverable, a goal. We need to get something done. What about when your customer needs something done? That's also a reason for authorizing a project. And before I forget, the code for those watching out of 250 that may get it, they'll be able to tackle the questions. All right, so under discounted cash flows, there are 3 terms to be familiar with. One is called future value, and one is called present value, and net present value is the last one, okay? This is talked about in the book. I need you guys to open the Essentials book and digest this topic. And then if you've got any questions, send them to me. But talking about this to the degree that it's done in a business course, an MBA, is beyond the scope of this course. So my job is to talk about real world things you use, but really it's to hone in on the exam stuff, all right? So to talk about discounted cash flows, this technique compares the value of the project's future cash flows to today's dollars. Someone says, oh, I'm going to give you $5,000 in 5 years from now. Well, don't get so excited, because that $5,000 that is promised in today's mindset downstream is going to be worth a lot less than what is being promised. So what NPV is going to help you do is see how much is that in today's dollars. You're promising me 5,000, but that is really 3,000, for example, in today's dollars. So this makes you more aware of it. So under this, we've got future value and present value. And we've got 2 formulas that you guys need to be familiar with, just in case you're that one person out of 250. And that's my approximation. based on student feedback and discussions and forums. I keep my ear to the ground, and honestly, very few people actually do get this on the exam, okay? Well, we've got two formulas. Future value equals present value